So here's the 8FG, right? So this diagnostic menu going to look very similar, like, different models. You get used to this. It's the same process. It's basically what I'm trying to explain. You don't need to have all kinds of different ways of working with all your different brands. So just the basics, the body computer, you can come in, you can look up any fault codes. In this case, the body computer's got things like your tilts and heights and mass and that. So not a lot in terms of faults. Normally you see most of that around the engine side, but just as an example, I'll show you how that works here. We present you the freeze frame data. And then if we actually have the component, which a lot of them we do, and maybe show you an example in another brand, we'll actually show you another window here that should be here. They would actually give you pictures of the component, the voltages, the measurements, where it's located. That's kind of like the next step, right? First step is let's just get all the faults, the data, and then the component information to follow. We'll then give you a hand with any of the troubleshooting. Depending what it is, we'll either have all the steps that take you through it, or sometimes just, it might just be a document. This is probably just an electrical troubleshooting for the switch. It's nothing fancy on this one here at this point. But that's kind of how, at least give you the data at a minimum. In every system, you'd be able to at least read the codes. But what good looks like to us is also having the technical information and also the troubleshooting to solve it. Mostly in the body computer, it's really mostly about the parameters, though, like being able to adjust. A lot of people ask us what they can do, right? What can I modify and adjust in here? So you got to be able to come in and modify, lowering or any of this. It's really simple for us to manage that in our software. All right, so first thing we do, we'll tell you what we're about to do with modify parameters, and then what are the functions, or what's the initial conditions, right? So in this case, just make sure ignition's on and parking brake activated. But those conditions obviously can change. Like, all of our functions are done the same way, right? If you're calibrating a transmission or whatever, it's going to have different instructions. So here it's just as simple as really just changing the speeds, or this could be travel speed, like in the transmission too, which I'll show you where that is. But it's this easy to modify and adjust it. It's not that difficult. You're just making the changes, and then it's updating that into the ECU. Okay, very simple. Calibration, right? Like calibrating, you've got, for example, calibrating the Mast vertical position, steering angle sensor. These are just going to be special system functions. So it's going to tell you when the sensor Mast is in the maximum forward tilt. Follow the instructions. Initial conditions, again, right? Here's my initial conditions. How I met it. All right, move and hold the control lever till the Mast completely in vertical position. All right, and then it's recording that. It's now you got the Mast, the vertical position calibrated. So that's it. Yeah, not very difficult. Same with the steering angles and forward tilts. I mean, it'd be similar processes. Activate a lot of components too. To be able to test functionality. Right, so we've got a lot of those that you can come in and just actuate. Right? Again, what's the first conditions? And then it's really just going to, turn that component on and off, test its functionality. Pretty simple.